Well, hello, all you beautiful people. We are trying something new tonight. We're streaming from the same place. I know, kind of insane. So
Wacky tobacco.
I know, right? So the stream quality of audio is going to be a little bit different than usual because we don't have a 2-mic setup, but it should still be pretty listenable too. Let us know if it gets too out of hand or anything, but doing a kind of an interesting show this Thursday. It's not going to be necessarily 40... Should I turn that off? Is that distracting you?
No.
Okay. So instead of doing 40K, we're actually going to be diving into a little bit of 30K, also known as previous editions, only if they got crazy fucking lore dumps all the time. And so
It's like 7th edition on steroids and a crap ton of Marines. I guess that's what I'd say it is.
just the everybody plays Marines against the 1 or 2 people who are playing Xenos.
I don't know if anybody plays Xenos.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, like...
Maybe
It's
demons?
not really a supported 30k army.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. That would make no fucking sense.
They just put out demons.
Demons, okay.
Just now.
Really?
Yeah, barely.
Like,
In the most recent book, it's like 3 months old, max.
okay. So so as far as 30K goes, I only played like a few games with you guys with your Purple Grape Soda Boys.
Yes.
The Emperor's Children. But you had all of the fun shit to play with, so that was always fun.
Yeah.
Well,
everything's the fun shit to play with.
It does feel that way. Like in 30K, it did feel like things were a little more crunchy, even though there was a lot more to every phase. And when I started learning 40K in 8th edition, I kept thinking there was like an extra steps that I was forgetting.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was.
But
brutal.
it's extra chonky. Everything's extra. Well, it's like less killy actually than 8th edition. It used to be people were like, "Well, Horus Heresy is way more killy. Your stuff just dies instantly." But now 8th edition is like way more like that than 7th edition even was, and then Horus Heresy is like, it feels completely fine now.
So does Horus Heresy now feel like the kind of like a little more epic because things don't instantly die? So you're not like, well, that was 3 turns, everything's dead. No.
Well, I think in a lot of ways it was always more epic because you've got like, I mean, some people's armies have literally hundreds of Marines, and it's
shit.
like, maybe not hundreds, 100 plus Marines.
Still pretty good.
Yeah, and they're all in their rhinos and stuff, and you get like that big epic feel of, like the big army, and you've got your different rights of war to represent different ways that the Marines fight, which are myriad and very versatile, and all of them are reasonable to play. So it's like you get the wide berth that the lore allows.
See, and that's one thing I was kind of expecting in 8th edition, having started in 30K with you guys, is that the legions to be a lot more identified, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Like
Filled out,
yeah, because it's like one of those, they have this one thing that
depth.
makes them, and it's like, well, with the fucking 30K, there's a lot of cool things like that make them then, like, you can even play, like, there are certain armies that you could build, same units and everything, but depending on what legion you were, it could completely either be amazing or suck balls, like,
yeah.
and I thought that was kind of interesting in 40K, where it's just like, paint them like you like, it's fine,
Yeah. It's way cooler. It's Omega cool. Everybody should play Horus Heresy.
I'd actually say at one point everybody should play Horus Heresy. I can agree with that. So what was one of your favorite 30K armies that you've ever run, and why was it so ridiculous? Because that's the way 30K goes. Everything's fucking ridiculous. But since everything's ridiculous, nothing is.
Yeah, I played. So, I think it was a year, maybe 2 years ago now, that they released Magnus and Magnus's rules. And Magnus had an ability where he could enhance the powers of any psychic powers that he used, where it would double the range, and you'd add 2d6 strength to the power.
I'm sorry, 2d6
Yeah.
strength?
And then if the strength got to 11 or more, then it was strength D. And a lot of people don't know what strength D is if they just played 8th edition, but strength D made it so that when you did your wound roll, on a 1 it did nothing, on a 2 through 5 it wounds, and it does D3 wounds, I think, and on a 6 it does D6 wounds. And that was like insane back in the day because everything did 1 damage. So, when a knight has 6 hull points and you can do d6 damage, and it's also multiple hits. It's like, because a lot of the spells, they're like Novas that do 2d6 hits on everything in the range. And so it's like an 18-inch Nova, so you hit everything within 18 inches, but then Magnus doubles the range, so you hit everything within 36 inches.
Holy shit.
And then you do 2d6 hits, and then it's like the strongest hits in the game. Oh, and also on a 6, you can't take any saves, including invulns. I forgot about that.
Holy crap.
So
now, people who don't know, hull. That's something that's kind of...
Okay, so that's
off.
just wounds.
It's just wounds?
But it's for vehicles.
Yeah, see? I don't know. I like the difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit, a knight only had 6?
Yeah, because it was hard to hurt it.
That doesn't make
Because,
sense.
like, in 7th edition in Horus Heresy, right, you've got your armor values, and you roll the die, and then you add your strength to the die roll, and then you compare that to the armor value. So, say you shoot a bolter at a knight, you roll a 5, you add 5 to 4, which is the strength of the bolt gun, then you have strength 9, which is not 13, and so you do nothing. And so, you can't do anything to a knight with a bolt gun. You can't do anything to a knight, basically, with a plasma gun, because you need 6s to glance.
Damn.
And so, with a Melta gun, you have to be within Melta range, so you can get the 2d6 added to your roll to even have a chance of doing anything, basically.
Damn.
And, yeah. And then there are things in Horus Heresy that are immune to Melta, and they're armor 14, and there's a thing called the Flare Shield that subtracts 1 from the strength of guns that shoot your front arc. So you have basically armor 15 things that can't be melted, and the maximum strength in the game is 10. So that means that the strongest thing can only wound you on a 5.
Damn. Okay, so that's
So it's almost invincible.
That's
nigh impregnable.
but then we have all these crazy combinations of things like Magnus that turn that into a nice theory.
Yeah, Magnus made everything an absolute cakewalk. But then they FAQ'd him, and now he's way weaker, which is fair.
Okay, good.
Because he was ridiculous. It was like auto. Like, I actually played a game, and this is what I was going to talk about, to finally answer your question of the most ridiculous thing.
Yeah.
Played a game where Magnus levitated himself, and levitate is a spell that moves him 18 inches. So move 18 inches, then I cast the 36-inch range Nova of D, and
Jesus.
I blew up 3 knights and 4 dreadnoughts in one turn with this guy, and my opponent's like, oh, that's, that's it.
So the Primarchs really feel like motherfucking Primarchs, but that is just
Magnus
10
did,
out of
at
10
least.
ridiculous.
It's
Holy shit.
ridiculous.
That is so much better than, like, I was playing with Fulgrim, and he was just like, and he took wounds like fucking every 10 seconds. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, because he's got a bad save.
He's a super bad save. A lot of attacks.
What? Doesn't he have...
He has
a 3-up in close combat.
he has a should not have lived through the Horus Heresy fucking armor.
He has a cut Ferrus Manus's bitch-ass head off. That's what he has.
Oh man, I wonder if you actually put him on the table. How many times out of
100? He cuts Ferrus Manus's bitch-ass head off.
Every time?
Yeah. He's because
he
gets extra attacks based on the difference in initiative.
Oh,
and he's 4 initiative higher. No, he's 3 initiative higher than Ferrus Manus, who's one of the slower ones. So you get 3 extra attacks, and his attacks aren't bad. Yeah, and then you have like 9 attacks, 10 attacks if you charge, I think.
Shit.
And then he's like, and then he cuts Ferrus Manus's bitch ass head off.
Okay,
that's how it works.
So we're putting Ferrus Manus at the bottom of the power tier.
No, Perturabo's the worst.
Perturabo,
he sucks.
That seems appropriate.
It's like
pert and popular.
Oh man, if I had to rank them, it would be hard off the top of my head.
So at the top, Magnus pre-FAQ.
Yeah.
Below now.
At the top, Magnus pre-FAQ. Below that, Magnus post-FAQ. Below that, Horus. Below that, my boy Lorgar, because he gets to pick his spells, and he gets 3 spells. He's actually hella good.
That sounds pretty decent.
And then,
pretty decent.
Way at the bottom is Lorgar without the upgrade that makes him a Psyker. So
wait, why wouldn't he? How would you take non-psychic Lorgar?
Well, there's Lorgar. Right, he's still a Psyker, but then he sucks at it.
Yeah.
Right, and then you pay 75 points, I think, and then it makes him badass.
Okay, all right.
But it's like for narrative purposes, right? Because there's
That's fair.
Lorgar. There's Lorgar, and then there's Lorgar. Yeah, there's Lorgar that like picks up Warlord Titans with his mind. Oh no, it was a warhound, not a warlord.
Still pretty good.
Yeah, still pretty good, right? But then there's like Lorgar, that's like before the Horus Heresy, and everybody's like, who can go do this? And Lorgar's like, I probably could, and they're like, no.
Like, Lorgar, stop trying to die all the time.
Shut up, Lorgar, you can't do anything.
Oh,
And
that was
that's
a weird
why,
voice.
and that's why he got his boys hella swole on demon powers, because he
Yeah.
felt inadequate.
That's fair. I mean, like, I don't want to say set up for failure, but a little set up for failure.
I mean, he's just a little scrawn surrounded by hella buff, handsome men. Like, there's
Who
no
all
doubt he's
constantly
gonna feel bad.
belittle him and have no faith in him. I can't see that ending badly at all.
Even his best friend, Angron, thinks that he's lame as hell.
He's like,
So,
why don't you just grow the fuck up? I'm taller than you. Yeah, but I'm more of a man. Rips chest hair out and runs out into the street. Oh, man.
Nice.
Okay, so and then who next?
okay, wait, so we got
We'll do
Magnus,
Lorgar.
Lorgar, Horus, for sure, because he beats almost everybody in close combat. He's
Yeah.
an absolute monster.
Ridiculous. Kick-ass
Uh,
base, too.
Yeah. He brings his stairs around with him, and it's got like a cool eagle head for no reason.
Fucking badass.
It's mega badass, and also he's like Turbo Chad. He's rocking the bald head. He knows what's up. He's killing it. Yeah. So my boy Horus for sure. Then
Now, I don't think there
probably-
is Sanguinius. How's he been?
Sanguinius is like good, but he's not as useful as. And also Horus would kill him in close combat.
So Vulcan next. No, I'm just kidding.
Vulcan's pretty damn good because I believe he has Armor Bane and he's Strength 10 with his hammer.
Yeah.
And he's high toughness, and he's one of the only ones that has a 3-up invuln, and he has the strength of a lot of weapons that are shooting
shit,
him.
yes.
Because he has the strength of Melta and Flamers, I think,
Makes sense.
and it's like without. I
You're
mean,
using fire against
yeah,
me?
he's invincible to that, right?
Oh.
So he's one of the only guys that has a 3-up invuln all the time. Horus is the other one.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't think Magnus has a 3-up. I think he has a 4-up. But Magnus is always -1 to be hit with shooting, so that's pretty.
That's
pretty
real damn good
strong,
in 30k.
yeah. And his whole unit. And also he subtracts 1 from destroyer hits against him, so he can't be 6'd by the destroyer hits.
Oh, shit.
So he always gets a save.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. But then Horus has a thing where on a 3-up he ignores all psychic powers that hit him. So that's pretty good as well.
That's... Yeah.
It's just like, you get your different defensive bonuses.
I love the expansion of like flavor as it regards to the gameplay, not just the models. I really like that aspect.
Yeah.
So
Sweet.
so who are we going next?
So next I'm gonna have to put Gilman. He's hella good.
Robot Girly Man?
Yeah, he gets.
That's right. 30k is not as quite a problem.
He gets
for them.
bonus weapon skill, I think, and weapon skill, and I think initiative. Maybe not though. Every turn he's in combat, so because he figures out how to kill you as
Yeah.
he fights you, and
The Cyclops fighting style.
yeah, and he's got a sword and a fist, so he's got the thing at initiative, and then he's got the strength 10 to smash stuff.
Ooh.
So he's really robust in that way, and he's a really strong force multiplier because he has an ability where you pick one unit entry, right? For example, tactical squad, and then you give them a rule from the list of rules,
Shit.
and one of the rules is scores. And
Wait,
only
what?
only troops score in
Yeah.
30k,
Yeah.
right? So you can have Gilliman make drop pods scoring, or rhinos scoring.
No, drop pod's like, hey, you could have ignored that, but now you can't.
Yeah, so you just slam that onto an objective, and you're like, what?
That is game change. That's game
No,
shaping.
it's
That's
very
ridiculously
strong
good.
in 30k.
All right.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
So he's a monster in close combat as well. He kills anything that isn't another guy, another
yeah.
Primarch, easily, and he
Ferrus
gives
Manus.
that big force multiplier. Yeah, Ferrus Manus. I don't even know what he does. He sucks. I think he can fix stuff. I don't know.
Trash tier. Throw him in the barn.
He gives it will not die to vehicles. I think
That's pretty.
it's like
It's
it's
okay.
like fine. But like usually your vehicle's either alive or dead.
Yeah,
That's
there's
like,
no in between. Or so wounded it can't move or do anything.
yeah, but then repairing it would be beneficial.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I don't think that.
I'm gonna shut up.
Well, it's just like
Alright, so-
usually, you know, you're either like your Spartan that's armor 15
Yeah.
and can't be hurt by a Melta is either completely alive or it's been charged by a tactical or by an assault squad with Melta bombs and it is
Definitively
completely
fucked.
annihilated.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
So it's like, you know, your stuff is either invincible or completely dead.
Seems appropriate for war. Right under robot.
Right under Roberto. Then you get into like these like
Like the middle
just,
pack.
yeah, it's
group.
just like mid tiers. I'd probably put like Korax up there. He's a beast and he's got a jump pack.
Jump packs are so good in 3.
And then Kurz, who's a beast and he's got a jump pack. And then Sanguinius, who's a beast and he's got a jump pack. So it's like
Seeing it.
all of these guys are like tied basically
Because they
in my
have
mind.
beast and mobility.
Yeah. But like actually maybe above these people is Jakati Khan because he's got a bike and he's an absolute monster.
The bike's gotta be. How big is his bike? On his, does he have
I have
model
no
with the
idea. He
bike?
doesn't have a model yet.
Oh,
But
lame.
his rules are amazing. When he charges, he attacks first. He just ignores initiative. He doesn't care.
Fuck.
And he's like initiative 9 anyway, so like he doesn't care about that.
This is like you cut off
Yeah.
all that heads.
Yeah, and he's got a pretty good weapon. I think it's like +2 strength, so he's like strength 8 and AP2, and he's like, so he's hella good. Sanguinius has good weapons as well. I don't know if he might be at the top of the guys with jump packs because his spear is armor bane.
Oh,
So
fuck.
like you can get in there and like blow some stuff up, which is nice to have on your Primarch because there are some Primarchs that get charged by a Dreadnought and then they actually can't do anything. And it's like
Alfarius.
doesn't Alfarius have armor bane?
I don't
know.
remember.
Maybe he doesn't.
Because I
Maybe
can't
he does,
remember.
maybe he doesn't.
It's one of those. I got into Alpha Legion after we were in 30k, so I was always like, I should look up his rules. I never did. Like,
He
cool
gives
model.
preferred enemy to your whole army though, which is
Oh,
reroll
shit.
hits of 1 and wounds of 1.
That's actually really good.
Yeah, it's like ridiculous in 30k because nobody gives you any rerolls. So it's like
Okay, that.
here's some rerolls.
Never mind. I'm gonna put him. Throwing him up there at the top, near the top that I saw.
he's pretty good. I don't know. He might be below Gilliman, but above these other guys.
Yeah.
He also has some wacky stuff where he can just appear in units, but it's like
Sup,
it's like more
Flavor?
cool than like useful.
That makes sense.
Then probably Vulcan, then Ferrus Manus. They're both just guys with hammers, but Vulcan has access to better stuff. So like,
Doesn't Vulcan heal?
I don't know. Well, they all have It Will Not Die,
Yeah.
and it actually matters on them because they
Will
don't
not die.
Like they don't just get one shot usually. I mean
Yeah.
they could, but Vulcan Ferris. I still got a lot of Primarchs to list.
Yeah.
Crap.
Rogel Dorn?
Who haven't I done yet?
Rogel
Dorn, Fulgrim,
Fulgrim,
Alfarius. I haven't listed,
oh,
but I think he's up there
Yeah.
in the same
What about Omega?
tier.
Let's see.
Mortarion.
Yeah.
He's
Mori?
probably he might be above Ferrus Manus and Vulcan because he's got this cool ability where he can teleport. So like he's in his unit, and then he can just teleport like 18 inches, and then
Oh,
he can
shit.
still charge.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so he's awesome. Also, he's pretty tough. I think he's toughness 7, which is like the highest toughness,
Oh, damn. Okay.
and well, the highest toughness out of Primarchs.
Yeah. And then, Rogi. Rogel Dorn.
Rogel Dorn has this cool thing where you can re-roll 1s on your cover. I think is what it was.
That seems so cool.
Or no, it's +1 to your cover
Okay, that's much better.
in your deployment zone or something.
Ah, okay.
And then it's like, the combo is like, you can put Aegis defense lines, and if you go to ground behind an Aegis defense line, you get to reroll 1s on your cover.
Shit.
And then it's like, the Aegis defense line gives you 4 up, and then he gives you +1, or something like this. I can't remember the exact combo, but it's like, yeah, no. Okay, so going to ground gives you +1.
Yeah.
And going to ground behind the Aegis defense line gives you +1 and reroll 1s. Because
Yeah.
it's part of the Aegis defense line rules.
Yeah.
And then he gives you +1. So you're on a 2-up rerollable cover if you go to ground behind the Aegis defense line.
Okay, that's
what it was. That was the combo. But then if you go to ground, you have to snap fire your next turn. So it's like
not as good.
Yeah, it's not super good.
What about the other defense boy, Perturabo?
Perturabo.
Old pretty mouth.
Poor Perturabo. He's just a guy.
I'm just a guy.
Like, the only rule that he has that matters at all is that he lets you roll for reserves on turn 1, which is something that you normally don't get to do. Right? So you could take, like, a bunch of flyers and then roll for them turn 1, and all your flyers are on the board. Or you can have a drop pod army, and then you drop pod you drop pod half your stuff for free, and then you roll for the other half of the stuff, and you can get a lot of stuff on the board.
That's kind of neat.
But, like, besides that, he's very lame.
Oh, man.
He's got a gun. I don't remember it being that good.
And a shovel.
Well, you can have Ferrus Manus' hammer if you want.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Because after Fulgur cut his bitch-ass head off, he just gave it to Perturabo.
Here, I made this for my friend. I guess you can have it. I got this kick-ass sword!
Yeah.
If you don't use it, someone else will.
I want a model of Fulgrim dual-wielding his sword.
Right? I'd like a, fuck, when are we going to get a demon?
I don't know. I have no idea.
That's what I want.
Probably in a long time.
Next year in Jerusalem.
There's not even rules for the Lion yet.
Really?
Or, I don't think there's any Dark Angel special units. I could be
Really?
wrong. Yeah, no, there isn't. Because they just put out Blood Angels and White Scars.
Yeah.
And Dark Angels is the last one. That has nothing.
Damn, dude. How long has 30K been going?
A long time.
I mean,
They
I
take
could
forever
feel...
to write the rules.
That feels like almost intentional at this point. They're like, we're sick of Dark Ages players.
First Legion. More like Last Legion.
Yeah, first to... We're like last to the party, first to the lane place. Ooh, 10 out of 10. No.
Yeah, it's like they have rules. They have like Legion rules finally, and they have rights of war, but they have like their special war gear options, but they don't have their special units.
Oh God. Okay.
So like, I mean, there's like a lot of the meat there, but there's not like that extra special sauce.
Yeah, it's like.
But
Just like playing them in 8th edition.
No special sauce. No sabor.
Damn, okay.
Feels bad.
I think that was the full list of products too, right? Did we miss anybody?
No, I think I said something about all of them.
Yeah. I don't know if the list ever got put in order, but it was pretty cool.
There's a vague idea. You know which ones are the best and you know which ones are the worst. Right?
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
So, man, 30K. Now I like want to. I cannot have them.
Yeah, get a 30K.
No.
Yeah.
I would definitely play off Legion.
I just sold a bunch of my 30K armies.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you had Sons of Horus, Emperor's Children, Word Bearers, Thousand Sons.
I might try to get my Word Bearers back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who'd you give them to?
I give them to Alex
Oh.
for free. So maybe he'll just give them back to me. But
Wait, is Alex still? Did he? Can we? You should be like, you can keep them on one condition: you play.
yeah, it might work. But like now I'm gonna, because there's the 30K league starting next month.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be 500 points and then 250 points
Shit, yeah.
every month. So like even you could play because 500 points is like nothing.
Yeah, I
I
have my
points is like $50 worth of models.
I have my Betrayal health set I can use.
Yeah, you could. That's easily 500 points,
Duh.
if not way more. But like, yeah, well, if you want in on that, I'll add you to the chat.
Cool.
But like, so I was gonna do Sons of Horus for that, and then somebody offered to buy my Sons of Horus, so I was like, okay. So I sold those, and then I was like, I'll do 1,000 Suns for this. And somebody's like, I'll buy your 1,000 Suns, and I was like, cool. So I sold those.
Oh no!
And then it's like I have Mechanicum, and then somebody else is gonna do Mechanicum, and I'm like, well, I don't want to do something that somebody else.
Oh no!
So now I'm gonna bust out the newest, freshest army, and I'm gonna play the demons for 30K.
Yes.
And they're weird as hell. They like you can. There's not like the specific gods for them.
Okay.
But like there's like, so you first thing you do when you build your army is you pick from a list of 6 things, where it's like what domain are your demons from, right? And you can have like Unbridled Chaos, which is anything, and then there's like the Khorne one, and it gives you access to the Khorne. It gives all your guys rage, and it gives you access to the. But,
Oh shit.
Okay, but there are like pros and cons. So
Yeah.
so I was ignoring the con, right? So like it gives all your guys rage, but they have to charge. If something's in range, they charge it, right?
That's fucking cool.
And then it gives you access to the Khorne special upgrade. And well, if you take the Unbridled Chaos, you can take any of the special upgrades.
Fuck.
But then you don't get any bonus like
Ah,
rage,
fuck.
right?
Yeah.
And then the Nurgle one gives you Feel No Pain on your little guys, and it will not die on your big guys, but
Pretty
not
good.
Feel No Pain on your big guys, which is a bummer.
Not that good.
And then you can take their special upgrade.
I don't know. Feel no pain on a big thing with all that armor could be a bit bullshit to get through, wouldn't it?
Sounds fair to me.
I see what you're
What
planning.
do you want?
That's
What do you-
fair. That's fair.
What do you want? And then like when they run or sweep, they have to roll 2 dice and pick the lowest, so they're like slower.
That's not too bad.
And then the Slaanesh one gives you hit and run, which is badass, but they can't take a cover save unless it's a jinx save. And
Not too bad.
the other one's Zinch, and it lets you make your guys Psychers. Obviously, that's the special upgrade, and that's like the big bonus of this.
Pretty good
And then
bonus.
also you can buy an extra upgrade on any of your guys, because it like it's like each unit has a certain amount of upgrades that they can take,
Yeah.
and this one makes it so you can take one more. So like the lesser demons can have 2 upgrades, but then if they're Zinch, then they can take 3 upgrades.
Shit, yeah. What's the drawback to that?
Any of your units that could have cast a psychic power in your psychic phase, if they didn't, they roll an extra die for leadership.
Holy shit.
But also, that kind of doesn't matter because all the demons are fearless. So the only way, well, they're not fearless.
And they shall know no fear?
So it's like they took demonic instability from 7th edition, but then they changed it. So like they're fearless in any phase except for the assault phase. And if they get assaulted, wait, no, maybe not. Yeah, no. I'm pretty sure I'm right.
It's a good thing to be.
When they lose combat, you take a leadership test, and if you fail, then you have to roll on their special peril table, and it like kills your guys.
That's
and
fucking
stuff.
cool.
Yeah. So you would roll an extra die to see if you peril, and then you'd peril, and then you'd kill your guys.
That
But
is...
if you get a 6 on their special peril table, then your guys get warp yoked. So
Alright, yeah, that sounds pretty badass. So which one were you leaning towards?
I'm gonna do Undivided, and
Makes sense.
it's pretty awesome because like you can take, so there's the HQ, like the premier HQ is called the Demon Lord, which is something that is hitherto unprecedented in its strength and might, right?
Oh, shit.
This is like a super greater demon, and you can buy him as many rules as written, you can buy him as many mastery levels as you want, right? So he can be like mastery level 6 Psyker,
Are you just one of these
And-
days?
maybe, and also he's a
Fuck.
he's toughness 7, and on the first turn, the first and second turn for your demon army, you get +1 strength and toughness,
Oh my god.
and then turn 3 you get no bonus, and then turn 4 you get -1 strength and toughness, and on turn 5 you get -2 strength and toughness because they're like super unstable.
Yeah,
right?
they're outside of the warp, so they
Yeah,
can't maintain.
yeah.
That is fucking
It's
fluffy
it's
as
so
shit.
cool.
That is so
it's
cool.
So cool. Yeah,
I don't know if I'd enjoy it as much, but it sounds super cool.
yeah, so turn 1 your guys are like yeah, which is important because when you come out of the portal, they don't have really good shooting.
Mm-hmm.
So you come out of your portal, which by the way, like, you don't deploy in your deployment zone. You put down these portals, and then you just walk out of them turn 1.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, it's badass.
Is that why they've been doing all those weird like gates that are nearly useless in 40k that people can use them as portals? They're just like,
I don't know, but I'm going to have to look into it.
yeah, because like those things are super cool for portals,
Yeah,
but
they're
like,
supposed to be 5 inches.
yep.
It'd be sweet to build
Oh,
a
dude,
portal.
just pick a
But-
Stargate.
5 inches is more like this. This is 5 inches, ladies. Anyway, so like the
Warning sign. No, I'm just kidding.
so they just like walk out of the portal, but then like demons don't have good shooting, and you're not allowed to charge when you come out of the portal.
Oh, okay.
So you have to come out of the portal and then be shot. So it's important that they have +1 toughness because like
You're gonna
otherwise-
get shot to shit.
Yeah, you just die.
Okay.
And also, if you're within either 6 or 12 inches of the portal, you re-roll your invulnerables. So.
Oh, nice. Okay. Now, 30K, the playstyle is a little bit different because you do it. You don't just do your turn and then they do their turn. They go each do your phases, right?
No.
No, I can remember.
You
that
do your
wrong?
turn and they do their turn.
Never mind. Ignore me. Damn, dude, that sounds like your new army's gonna be pretty fucking kick-ass.
I'm excited because it's like really weird. So.
The weird armies can be the best, or they can be the worst. Now, is this the kind of like, if it all comes together great, you're gonna be kicking ass, or if like one thing goes wrong, it's all just fucked.
I don't know.
You don't know?
We'll see.
All right, kick-ass. Well,
I like the idea of it though, where it's like
the
you
chaos?
you turn the demons into whatever you want by buying the upgrades.
That is pretty interesting. I do like the it sounds like it's a massively customizable army
Yes.
that pays for the customization by you have to win by a certain point or you're probably fucked.
Yeah. Oh, but another thing that's really strong about them is each of the domains has they have a special win condition.
Really?
Right? So it's like instead of playing the normal mission, you can get victory points doing this.
Oh fuck! Like
And you
Nurgle
have- and you get
can make a contagion thing, like you infect them among
Yeah.
people.
Actually, it's
Raise
like
enough zombies.
for each theirs is for each table quarter that has a portal in it and no enemy units within 6 inches of that portal, you get 2 victory points or something.
Holy crap!
So it's like controlling the area. The Zinchuan is for every unit you kill with a spell, that's hard as hell. I don't even understand why you pick that. Like, how are you supposed to? Whatever.
it's like yeah, whatever.
The Undivided one gives you a victory point for every enemy that you kill. It just makes the mission kill points for you.
Oh shit! Yes.
And the Corn one is anything that dies in close combat, your stuff or their stuff, you get a victory point. So it's
Okay. Corn
like,
sounds a lot easier than the others.
well, you actually have to charge them, and
That's fair. That's fair.
like you pick at the start of the game, so they know that
What
they
you're
don't want,
planning.
They don't want you to be killed in close combat, or to have you kill them in close combat.
Man, that would really screw over that Emperor's Children army that was all just basically guys with jump packs running to the fight. We're not gonna win, but we'll not win with style. Ah!
True.
Truth. Oh man. Okay, so this kind of is. Let's see. Any other things you think about for the 30K? Or?
30K is cool. Everybody should play 30K. There's a Legion that's cool for everybody. There's different, like every Legion's different, and within every Legion you can play any Rite of War, so you can play the army however you want. It's way more customizable than 8th edition. A lot of stuff is way more viable in a lot of ways. There's just a wider breadth of stuff that you can do and be successful.
Oh yeah.
And no matter what, you're forging a narrative, which is beautiful.
The forging of the narrative is a really awesome aspect of it, and I gotta agree with that. Although, you know, there's a lot of badass stuff about both editions, but 30K, especially if you're into like kind of finding the strength of something and then finding out like different combinations of things, it feels like it. You know, it's more an army that is customizable to you and what you want, rather than like the 8th edition, which is you kind of have to pay more of the armies the way they want to be played. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that's accurate.
Cool.
2 years ago, LVO, some other people went to LVO for 30K, and the army that won most coolest army is basically the award.
Kick-ass
Was a tank company, an Emperor's Children tank company
What?
with Eidolon in it. So like,
Eidolon, the best 30K.
yeah, this was
Ever.
the most
He's
badassest
fucking-
master of Smash.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So like,
He's
I
both
mean,
Super Smash Brothers. He
nobody
killed the
thinks
other
of
one.
a tank company. Yeah, that's true. Nobody thinks of a tank company when they think Emperor's Children. But like, this guy had an Emperor's Children tank company, and people voted that it was the most coolest. So like,
Well, there you go. That's pretty kick-ass, actually.
yeah.
All right, so if you have any interest in 30K, you know, there's lots of different things to check out there. You can always hit us up at the I can do it now. There it is. The aha! This one, the
Did you
Twitter.
jinx it?
Almost. Yeah, the Twitter up here. We got Facebooks and all. Fuck it, just any of them up here. Hit us
Social
up.
medias.
The socials. Yeah, hit us up and we can, the man is a well of knowledge and wants to be dipped into. And he's single, ladies. No. So, but any questions you have, we're more than happy to engage with you guys. We would love to hear more questions.
Love to answer questions.
As you can tell, we just do this to ask and answer questions to each other. So, fuck it.
Yeah, might as well ask and answer questions for other people.
Hell yeah. With that, any last thoughts?
Thanks for watching my show. See you next time.
See you next time.